Hey, there's that dune buggy. So we're looking at the open air model motorhome today. Out here working on the Bounder. Got a little greenhouse going on right here, and even growing a plant or two out of the carpet now here. And whoa, hey, we made a deck out here. If you want like the deck type motorhome where you can have a party, this is it. So this is what's going on here. I was trying to get this thing cut up. I was trying to cut the roof, you know, a little bit at a time, and I was having a hard time. This is where the majority of the metal is on this particular model. It's basically an ice chest, but this headliner material seems to be the hardest stuff to cut. But anyway, it has this main structure here, and then it has these crossbars, which are very thin, flimsy, and then it has these two bars in the center, one right here and one right here, and the rest is just styrofoam and glue. So there's the thickness of the styrofoam. That's why it's hard to stay warm in one of these older motorhomes. The new motorhome over there has a 6-inch roof, 6-inch foam, and it has aluminum beams instead of steel. And there's a beam in the wall every 6 inches. Where on this one, there's a beam every couple feet. Not even that. I mean, you can see there's a beam here. And then we have this whole span, no beam, no beam, no beam. And there might be a beam right back there somewhere, but not a lot of protection. They do have this bar down here. This is, I guess, considered a beam, but that would be the only wall structure in this thing. The rest is just definitely foam and fiberglass. So it looks like there was a repair down there at one time. Never knew about that till I started tearing into it. But what's going on here? Not a whole lot. Kind of finished cutting this bad boy up. See what we got here. Chef magazine. People. Some old hot rod magazines here. What year is this? 2006. 2006. The good old days. Yeah, it looks like 2006 was probably the last time that, you know, we were buying magazines and reading them in this. That's what's happening today. That's what's going on out here. Got this new cobalt saw. It's pretty sweet. Real smooth. A little smaller than the last one I had, but seems to work pretty good. So anyway, I'm just cutting this all the way up. I was cutting it across, but I found if you just go straight up and cut it in strips, it's easier to deal with. Right now I'm just working on that corner over there. Break that loose. Get this piece out of here. I gotta get rid of these AC units. I'm gonna keep this around just in case old musty one shows up this summer or winter and wants an AC unit for his new trailer project. You know, this worked fine, just needs a new cover. And there's another one back there, but it's missing the pretty stuff on the bottom, but it also works. So yeah, that's what this one looks like. So I thought this AC unit went out, and what happened was I didn't really have much experience with motorhomes. And what I did was I attempted to repair the roof, and I put some screws in the roof and caught the wire going back here to this AC unit. But I did bypass the wire, checked it right here, and this thing fires up and blows cold. So hard to believe. Also have a good generator in the floor still. But this thing's starting to look like a party barge, man, once you get the top of it off. I don't know. So never have got it running. Last time we tried to get this running, it was me and Musty One messed with it. I put a new starter on it and did some other shenanigans. I don't remember what the deal was, but I don't know. It's got a starting issue, so you need to bypass all the factory wiring. I think the shut-off switch, let me get under here in the dangerous part. Anyway, the shut-off switch went bad, so I'm going to try to bypass all that once I get everything off of it and see if I can get this thing fired up and running, because it's a super low mileage 460 roller big block down there hiding in the floor. Yep, it's just an old trash can now. This used to be the things dreams were made out of. I was proud to buy this when I bought it. I paid top dollar for it. It was quite the little motorhome back in the day. It's long since been used up. Anyway, that's what's going on. Let me get out of here. Try to give you a little bit of an update here. See how much battery I got. There's the other Mustang storage unit. Oh, yeah, I need to decide whether I'm gonna put this car together or whatever. I'm thinking about stealing the steering rack out of it for this one. I'll walk around here. Got the Chevrolet over here. It's all looking good. Cleaned it up. Got the motorhome. Took it for a ride the other day. I just stepped in a pile, I think. So about slipped and fell on that stuff. Here's the old Porsche. Thinking about well, I'm not thinking about it. I'm going to be trading that in or selling it soon. Looking for another car. So I'm going to be selling that, cutting it loose. Andrew doesn't like me having that car. I get a little careless in it sometimes, so I think I might get a pickup truck. Here's the Volkswagen. It's still for sale. That's going to be going to the car show. I'll give you a little update. I haven't done a vlog video in a while. I put that bear video up. I just got finished picking all the trash up. Sorry about the poor lighting, but yeah, it was really funny. My neighbor, he's having a garage sale over there today, and I sort of chased the bear through there last night, and it stopped right in his driveway. You know, walked over onto the dirt road there, but when I was talking to the bear and it was sitting there, he came out to go to his car and flipped out. So he was concerned about it, but that's one of the smaller ones actually. So the Nova, I've been working on this a little bit. I picked up some radiator hoses. The top one looks like it might work with a little bit of trimming, but the bottom one's no-go. Got the transmission installed. I need to put the dipstick in. I did this by myself, so you know, sort of went out of order, but I need to put the dipstick in there. And then I ran into a little bit of an issue with the cross member. I bought a cross member at a swap meet. I'll let that camera adjust for a minute. But anyway, I bought this mount or cross member, and this is supposed to be for a turbo 400. The 350 mount goes like straight across, or a 4-speed. And usually I pick these up if I'm going to put a 400 in a Nova or a Chevy Camaro. You can buy them at the dealer for about 70 bucks, right from GM. And I saw this one at the swap meet, and the guy sold it to me for like $50. And I thought he was a little shady. And sometimes all you have is your stomach, you know, your gut feeling. And a lot of us, we get that feeling, but we just don't go with it. But when I bought it from him, and I tried to put it under the car there, and it doesn't seem to fit the car very well. So I don't know. I did pick up a mount. I have the jack stands in a bad position under here, so there's the jack stands are sort of under the hole for the mount, so I need to jack the car up, move those, and then try to support the transmission in a different way so I can get the cross member up in there and make sure that it doesn't fit now that I have the mount to bolt to the tranny. I didn't have the mount the other night, but I think that's been in there since a couple of videos. Cross member or the dry shaft loops in there. We got the new rear end, or rebuilt rear end housing in there. All new bolts and stuff. Still need to buy some disc brakes for the back of this. And that'll probably be another month or two before I can afford those, but those are coming. So I'm gonna just buy probably a cheapo set. Jags, Summit, they both sell some economy disc brakes, and they got to be better than drum. So, but anyway, we got the FSI flex plate, the aluminum pan, the tranny brake transmission. The went with the B&M converter, and I wanted to buy an FTI converter, but they're really busy because they were at some $1 million to win race, and it's the same time every year, you know, and it seems to be when I like to work on my car. So I never got a call back on a converter, and I'm probably not going to use the tranny brake with this motor because it's sort of just a, you know, it's a low horsepower motor. It's a nitrous kit, low compression, just a, you know, old motor. So when I upgrade the engine, I'll have to upgrade the converter. But you can see the trans brake down there. Got to wire that in, and I got some fuse panel. I'm going to use this inside the car, and we'll use this to do the trans brake, the fan, the fuel pump, stuff like that. We'll make it independent out of the old fuse panel. So that's what's going on with the Nova. I did pick up, or Hans got it for me. I'm still on for this. He brought it home the other day. Some roll bar tubing, 120 wall thickness, standard stuff. I'm going to make a coilover mount, connect the two frame rails back there, and mount some shocks. So I need to do that. That's a little project that we got going. And basically it's a money thing, you know. Here's somebody wanted to know about the 2110, and here it is. It's done. It's sitting here pretty much done, but I haven't fired it up yet. I did buy a air fuel gauge the other day and some other gauges that Hans didn't use, so I'll be able to tune this thing a little better. I need to make a muffler for it and put a bung in the pipe for the O2 sensor. And I wasn't really happy with the linkage that came with the carburetors. This stuff here, it's the standard stuff. It was hitting the fan housing in one spot, and it, you know, it's just not really sweet. So I might try to pick up some Berg linkage to make it a little nicer. And the other thing that we need to do is get some A&N fittings so we can plumb the fuel system. So it's just basically waiting on more money. I don't really have a car to put it in. I was thinking about putting it in the blue car. It's still not finished yet. So I basically built the motor to sell, and really didn't have any interest in it, so it's just sitting here. And I'm sort of don't have the funds to finish it the way it needs to be finished. You know, it needs to have the fan housing powder coated. I bought this scat fan housing and fitted it to the case, and after getting it all fitted and everything, that's when I decided I really don't like the linkage. And I think if I go with the Berg linkage, it ties into the coil mount, so I'm going to have to come up with a factory fan housing and just stuff like that. You know, just stuff you run into as you're building it and you change your mind. You know, the nicer you make it in the end, it'll be better, you know. And the sheet metal and the linkage is a big part of being able to drive it and stay in tune, you know, when you have to adjust the linkage all the time because it's moving and squirming. It makes it not fun. So I've had really good luck with the Berg stuff, and I'll probably try to pick up some of that. But this thing's still sitting, and haven't really got a lot of time to do a lot of stuff out here. Looks like Hans got some lug nuts. He was out here last night kicking around, but there's his new brake setup, 300 ZX, I think. Maybe one other model crosses over, I'm not sure. But he got those 4-piston calipers and converted those over. Got some braided brake lines, got the coilovers put in there. New lower control arms and ball joints, brand new rotors, new lugs. And what's he done under here? He re-engineered his mount here. This is a much better setup. We've got some footage of him making this. I just never put it up. But this is inch and 20 wall thickness roll bar tubing, just cut off and capped on the back side with a washer. And he TIG welded it and welded a bar here and replaced the center core support, and made this radiator super nice and tight in there. And then it also incorporates the intercooler in that mount. So he's going to bend up a bar at work for the crash bar, and he'll weld that and then make the lower mounts for the intercooler. But that's what's going on with this. He bought this metric nut setter. He's pretty proud of that. I have a standard one, but he wanted metric inserts. So this does the 6, 8, 10, and I think 12 millimeter. So that's pretty cool. I think you guys have seen the cage. You got the roll bar. It's all done in there, and I don't think I can get inside the car right now. But some brake lines. We got the universal hooked up. Sort of looking for one of those. He's okay with it, but it's got a little play. I'd like to buy one of those for him. He says you can't get them, but yeah. So anyway, that's where we're at with that. The motor and training, of course, it's done. The new turbo. He went with a water-cooled ball bearing turbo, and he's got that all plumbed now, I do believe. He had to weld some fittings on the water inlet to make that work, but yeah. So that's what's going on. I know I haven't done any shop vlogs lately, or vlog style videos, I guess. Sort of stopped doing those, and I don't know, maybe I need to start doing them again and get back in touch with my subscribers on the day-to-day. But sometimes it pushes me to get out in the garage and actually do something. A lot of times, you know, a week or two will pass and I won't even crack the door open out here. So that's just how it's been lately. So I got to clean up at the other house I got to go do. We got to go do that. Might take the girls over there. Happy Veterans Day to everybody that's a veteran. Thank you for your service. So the kids don't have school today, so we might go do that together. Pick up a few branches in the yard. We have that up for sale over there, so we'll see how that goes. We had one good offer on it, and the lady got sick. So that was no good. That fell through, and I think there's more people looking at it. So a lot of interest in it. It's just getting an offer that you know, is a good one. So that's what's going on over there. I think you guys are pretty much caught up. I got this pile of poo out here I need to clean up and bolt back on the Ventura and get this going. I just haven't, like I said, I haven't been coming out here much. I did work on the Volkswagen a little. That last video where we fired this up, I was trying to make this carburetor idle, and I've had some issues with this thing idling for a while now. So I put the 4-corner idle in there, changed the metering blocks around, and I put a enrichment power valve in the secondary so it'll be fatter on boost. And when I was revving it up on the video, I saw it shooting fire out of this boot here. And the actual boot that was here has been changed, but the boot had got hard. It had a reaction from the race fuel that had dripped on it and had shrunk, and it was leaking. And that was my idle problem. Once I fixed that, it idled fine. So it idles really good. It came up on the 2-step real clean. I don't really use the 2-step. I usually just leave off the gas pedal, you know, old school. But the car does have the delay box and the 2-step and all that stuff if you want to leave off the first yellow bulb and just mat it to the floor. So you can do that in this car. This is the nitrous timer, and this is a delay box over here. And you just leave off the top yellow bulb, and then you put the delay from the top yellow to the green, and the number there, whatever you react, you know, the number varies. But what's just going on with that? I need to pick up some more tubing for the clutch management system. I think it's 1/4 inch, and they moved the tubing store, so I got to find that and pick up a few fittings and stuff and make that work again. My tubing went bad, dry rotted, that was in there. So just little stuff, but Seemed to run pretty good, fired up. No real issues. I got all the panels bolted back on it, except the fenders. And yeah, so that's what's happening. So I got this damn door I need to prime. I got the body work done, but I need to prime it. And maybe I'll come out here today and work on some stuff. I don't know. I've been trying to concentrate on the motorhome back there, because that's sort of a pain in my ass that I need to get done. And I'm sure the neighbors will appreciate it. Nobody complains about it, but I'm sure, you know, nobody wants to look at that shit. So I've been trying to clean that up and get it cut up. I've been trying to think about how to haul it off. Probably just rent a U-Haul for a day and take it to the dump is going to be the easiest thing. I rented the dumpster like 4 times, but it's $400 each time they drop it off, and it's not really price effective, you know, the dumpster. I don't have enough trash to put in it. So anyway, let you guys go. I've kept you on here for a while. Nobody's going to watch this entirely too long video, but we're gonna have a visitor Monday, YouTube visitor, so that'll be cool. And I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll find something though. There's always something to do. We'll go eat some barbecue, drive around, hang out in the shop, paint something, I don't know, but we'll find something to do. Now, there's that tube. Let's see how it attacked the plastic there and made it sort of hard. You can see it was on fire quite a bit in there, so that was no bueno. Now it's working really good. And yeah, there's a piece of that chrome moly that he used on his core support. He says chrome moly welds a lot better. I don't know, I've never had the experience welding chrome moly, but he seems to like to weld it much better than the mild steel. I imagine it's a lot cleaner, you know. That's probably why it welds better. But anyway, I'm starting to babble. You guys got shit to do. Everybody have a great day. Thanks for pushing that subscribe button. Thanks for pushing the like button. And we'll talk to you guys soon.